Well,
all right. I think we are reaching the attendance level. So I think let's just kick off.
yes. Welcome, everybody. My name is Sasha, and I'm the marketing manager here at the Cloud People. And today we're going to talk about ServiceNow Impact and what it means for your business. And I'm really fortunate to have you guys. Or before we start, I will just shortly introduce you to Livestorm. I guess most of you here know the platform already. But we have the polls. We will have some polls during this webinar as well. So they will pop up on your screen, and then I hope you will take your time to answer these. Please feel free to write any questions you may have to Hannes and Neil during the session. They will, of course, answer these. And then if you have any questions or any problems, then please write to me, marketing@thecloudpeople, and we will help you out. That being said, I'm really happy to have you here today. We have Neil from ServiceNow and Hannes. Maybe you could put a few words on yourself.
Sure, Neil, you go first. You are the first one there.
Yeah, sure. So hi, everybody. Neil Hiley, ServiceNow, part of the Customer Excellence Leadership Team, being with ServiceNow 6 years, previously ex-platform owner for HSBC Bank. I was with them for 17 years, and I look after UK, Ireland, the Nordics, Middle East, and Africa.
Good, thanks, Neil. And hi, guys, I'm Hannes. If you've been in our webinars, I think you've seen me, but there's a newish title. I'm head of our managed services, which in our case is called SmartAMS, which is a part of the story today. And yeah, been in the ServiceNow business since 2009, so quite a long time. But thanks, Sasha, and let's kick off together with Neil. So, as Sasha said, we're going to have a couple of polls, not too many. I think we have 3 polls or 4 polls. Very short. What we appreciate is, of course, your answer, so that we're able to tailor the content going forward, which is more suitable to you, our customers. But today we're going to talk about impact and then what it means to your business. Second part of the presentation is going to be around how does impact and then AMS vendor or AMS partner, in our question, the SmartAMS service, how do they interact, intertwine, and bring more value to our end customers? And then we're going to leave you with a couple of things to consider when going forward with impact or with our SmartAMS services. Having said that, first bullet being ServiceNow Impact. And before we actually go into the topic, we're going to have a short poll just to get the level playing field of what do you actually know of impact, how familiar are you with it. So if you could just briefly give a vote, and then we can go forward. All right, let's see. So there's 35%, this is Neil for you, 35% of the audience says never heard of it. And then 24% saying heard of it, but don't know what it does. So this is prime audience for leveling up what impact is, and then how does it help the ServiceNow customers at scale. So Neil, please go ahead.
Yeah, sure. So hi, folks. What is impact? Impact is one of our products. It is new, but it's not something that a lot of customers would not be used to. We used to call it our legacy customer success team. So you may have had in the past a support account manager or a platform architect or a success architect. But what we've done over the last 3 years is we've bundled everything in to become what we call Impact product. It has been on a journey. It's 3 years old now. We are now actively working with our partners as well as customers around what Impact can do for you as an organization. It has a number of different features, but the driving reason behind Impact is customers are buying the way that ServiceNow is licensed in the market. You buy products from us. You buy ITSM, or you buy IRM, or BCM, or GRC, etc., etc., etc. Those products are then made up of multiple capabilities and features. And what we are seeing is with customers that they are not adopting all of the capabilities and the features of those products. And a startling number for everybody on the call, and this is one of the reasons why we really are driving with Impact and our partners and Impact with our customers. Over the last 12 months, ServiceNow has released over 6,000 new capabilities. That is a startling number. As an ex-platform owner, I would be sitting there thinking, how am I ever going to adopt all of these capabilities? And with the rate of innovation and the amount of investment that ServiceNow is putting back into the products, this is what Impact is all designed to help customers really maximize the utilization of the capabilities that you are licensed for. We see some customers who are sitting at 20% adoption rate. We see some customers who are at 80 to 90%. We want you to adopt all the capabilities. We want you to start utilizing the features that are coming out at such a rapid pace, because that is ultimately going to drive return of investment. It is going to drive the business transformation that your organizations are looking at. It is not a competition with a partner. ServiceNow has never been in the big implementation industry. ServiceNow will never be in that industry. ServiceNow will never be bringing in all of the, what we would call industry knowledge, would bring in the country knowledge, the regional knowledge, because if you look at it where ServiceNow is, we're in pretty much every country in the world outside of the Far East and Russia. There are so many different nuances between languages, cultures, regional authorities. If you look at, for example, a continent like Africa or Europe, Americas is very different because everybody speaks pretty much English in the Americas, and they have one single regulator. Europe has multiple regulators. Africa has multiple regulators, multiple cultures and languages, which is why we've brought in Impact. It sits alongside with our partners. We have two levels of Impact going forward. And Impact is designed around value and adoption, expertise and guidance, health and observability. It is not that expertise and guidance, which is what your partner is bringing. What Impact is doing is bringing the product expertise and guidance. These are the people that are working side by side with our development team, our innovation team, who are designing and building these products. Our partners are bringing the implementation of those product knowledge, are bringing in the industry knowledge. And what these two are designed to do with each other is bring that strategic collaboration to you as the customer. We also bring in the value and the adoption and the health and observability. Unhealthy platforms don't allow customers to innovate. And the whole point of ServiceNow is for you as a customer to innovate on the platform, to drive that business transformation, digital transformation, and ultimately the new buzzword is AI transformation. Unhealthy platforms hinder innovation. So there is a lot of tools that we've put into Impact now to help customers stay in, and I really do mean the 90% health percentile, not the 80s, the 90s. And we want to get customers to have those healthy platforms. We have guided, and it really is in the word called guided. It is a lot more focused on customers to be pulling versus having those resources that are constantly pushing organizations around how do we maximize and how do we really inject significant pace into your transformation journey. All the features in Guided is all designed around the same as what you would see in Total. However, the big difference with Total is there is what we call designated or dedicated squads. A customer success manager, a platform architect, a support account manager, and a success architect. These are really for the big enterprise customers. Guided is there, you have the same features, you have a customer success manager, but it's you as the customer that will be going through the catalog and saying, I want to run X. I have my partner, so let's bring in the product expertise. Let's understand what that product, that capability is all designed to do, the best industry practices to utilize that product. And now let me work with my partner so that we can actually get those products deployed. All of the health and the observability, the features, most of those features are in both packages. It is just that in Total, there is some advanced analytics and what we call developer support. And the reason for that is that those are customers who are running 6 to 10 different types of products across multiple business units, across multiple locations in the world. It doesn't diminish the innovation that you're doing, it's just because the scale of their innovation is so much bigger. Within Guided, within Impact is also not about people. It is actually built on the ServiceNow platform. It has Gen AI in it. It has all of the health assessments. It sits on top of your instance as of Zurich, which is the releases that are coming out now. We run exactly the same updates twice a year, and we are doing store updates as well, because we want to keep ahead of the curve to make sure that as ServiceNow, we are no longer seen as, oh, ServiceNow, you're just another SaaS vendor to our organization. It is more ServiceNow, we now see you as a strategic partnership going forward. And if we go on to the next slide, this is what I talk about when I'm talking about a tri-party engagement model. On the left-hand side, we have our partners. And I just want to reiterate there another key fact. ServiceNow would never have grown to the organization that it is without our partner ecosystem. We are not allowed to, based on the structure of our organization, based on the stock market and the share prices and everything, we are not allowed to do a certain amount of, call it, implementation services, which is why ServiceNow doesn't push and go down that road of doing big scale, large implementation projects. Because yes, we are listed as a SaaS organization, which is why we rely on our partners for everything that we do. Our growth is dependent on our partners and is dependent on your success. So Impact is designed to supplement what the partners are doing so that we can help you as a customer get to implementation, value realization, adoption of all the capabilities quicker and safer, and ultimately so that you can start articulating the value of this platform. We are openly admitted, we are a premium product, and premium products come at a premium price. Therefore, it should be delivering premium rewards. And we want you as a customer to deliver those premium business outcomes and ultimately start moving into not technology transformation, not so much AI transformation, but real business transformation. So on the left-hand side, you will see our partners are still completely responsible for ServiceNow solution project management, product process solution design, implementation, test and support. And we have customers who do the complete maintenance and running of the platform for customers. So Impact is going to be focusing on the architecture, the health and the governance, value realization, support, because a lot of our partners do a lot of value realization as well, center of excellence operating model design, organizational change management support, and product adoption. Now, some customers will use partners to do some parts of that as well, and maybe not parts of the other areas. But the whole thing is if you look at the center where it says continuous collaboration and support, that is our North Star. Our North Star is you as a customer turning around to your management board or to your organization and saying, ServiceNow plus my partner plus my internal team costs me 1 million euros. I'm just going to use numbers. However, collectively, we are delivering 3 or 4 million euros back of value to the business. That is our North Star. Our North Star is also every one of you as a customer and our partners being able to stand up and say, we are using over 90% of the platform. 80% is even good. But I can't have, I as an ex-platform owner, the number one question that everybody always used to ask me was, Neil, what is it that you are delivering back to the organization? And my budget was a significant budget for X amount of $1 million. I was very lucky. We had to do what we were doing on ServiceNow because the law in the United Kingdom, the European Union, and the Americas and Hong Kong said, you will do service mapping. We had to do service mapping. So guess what? I had an open checkbook to pay, to utilize. And it was actually called, Neil's platform was called the Keep the CEO Out of Jail platform. So I got a free budget. But every customer I work with, I work with that doesn't have impact, the question they always ask me is, Neil, how do we articulate the return of investment? But more importantly, how do we articulate the business outcomes that we are delivering? Because we're not a technology team, we are delivering true business transformation. And that's why we have impact. I've spoken for a little bit. There's going to be a little bit of a poll. The one thing I do want to just reiterate again, your partner plus ServiceNow Impact plus customer truly gives that continuous collaboration. We have 2 versions of Impact. We have Impact Guided and we have Impact Total. Then we have a bridge version, which is what we call add-ons. So you have the ability as the customer to be able to add on specific parts. So maybe you only need a platform architect. Maybe you only need a support account manager with your Impact Guided package. Or maybe you only need a customer success executive. You now, as of Zurich, have the ability to say, hey, Hannes, hey, Neil, we really need Impact Guided with a platform architect. Okay, then we can do what we call Guided Plus. So we have the ability now to, which we didn't have in the past. I appreciate that some of you may be Impact customers and there were some frustrations around that. We've completely redesigned it. Impact will meet you where you're at. Where are you now? And where do you want to be in 6 months, 12 months, 18 months, 24 months? Working with your partner, let's design the right level of impact for you, and you can scale your impact. It's really supposed to be like a bicep. You flex and you relax as your transformation journey goes, because every customer's transformation journey is different, and your transformation journey will go through different phases.
Neil, there's a question from the audience.
Yes.
With some historical knowledge of impact, I deduce there. So the question is from a Finnish customer. So only 2 levels of impact are presented in the previous slide. Does it mean that previously available impact base and then the advanced options will be phased out going forward?
Correct, yes. So let me just dispel the myth. Impact Base is actually not a product. It's not even a version of Impact. It just comes as a standard with the licensing. And what Impact Base is because every vendor has to provide it. When you're listed as a SaaS vendor, Impact Base is Monday to Friday, 8 hours, web-based support. Any product that you buy, you will get the bare minimum of what we would call support. We don't want customers on Impact Base because ServiceNow is, for the majority of customers, ServiceNow is a mission critical. So as part of Impact Guided and any other version of Impact, excluding Base, you get the 24/7 telephone and web-based support with enhanced response times. But Impact Base just comes as a standard for every product. It's Monday to Friday, 8 to 8, web-based support. So if you're a customer that has customers in Helsinki and in Oslo and in London and in Paris, if your account is based in London, you will get Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. UK time to 8 p.m. UK time. You will not get the 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in Helsinki, which is 2 hours ahead. You will get where your account is listed, and that's just the basic terms and conditions of the support, but it does not, Impact Base does not come with telephone 24/7 support. That is Impact Guided, and then any Impact package, as well as Impact Guided provides the enhanced premium support response times.
Good, thanks. That was very exhaustive. So thank you, Neil.
You're welcome. Impact Advanced will be phased out. It is no longer sold. And as we come up to a renewal, or if you feel like actually I'd rather want to change to the new model that ServiceNow has got, where I've got the ability to have different amount of times of different types of resources, you can work with the partner. If you're on a reseller or if you're with direct sale with ServiceNow, you can work with your account team to say, I want to come off Impact Advanced and I'd like to go onto the new flexible model that ServiceNow is offering. It's called Guided Plus Plus Plus, and you can have as many add-ons, and then we will work with you to understand what is your requirements. Did we have the poll at this slide or at the next one?
No, after the next one. So I think you still have one slide.
Yep.
And after that, we're going to take a poll.
There we go. Right. So I appreciate this slide is a lot. So Impact is really looking at 4 key pillars of business transformation: value and adoption, expertise and guidance, health and observability, and then premium support. Now, there's a bunch of things that are in there, and for the sake of time, I want to just not go into too much detail, but the reason why I put this slide up is to quell the myth that Impact is a tax, or that Impact is just, Impact is just premium support. Impact is not premium support. The byproduct of Impact is actually premium support. The number one thing that Impact is designed to do is to help customers drive value and adoption. How do we do that? We bring in expertise and guidance. This is not implementation expertise and guidance as in hands-on keyboards, as in solution design, etc., because that's where the partner is with us. Expertise and guidance is bringing in a technical product expert that says, hey, Neil, believe you want to do Now Assist, or you want to do change management, or you want to do automatic risk detection, etc., or you want to do Gen AI. I'm going to come in and I'm going to teach you, how does the product work? I'm going to show it to you. At the same time, I'm going to give you a temporary instance for 30 days. We can extend that if we need to. During that 30 days, you're going to have unlimited access to me. That temporary instance is going to be a clone of your production instance, by the way, which ServiceNow is not going to charge you for. You have access, and because it's a clone of your production instance, it is the latest and greatest of what you are currently doing. It's not going to impact your current development instance or your pre-prod instance or your testing instance, etc., etc. It is the most latest version, most latest clone of your production instance. It's a free space for you to play. You can do whatever configurations you want. You can write whatever custom code, scripts, whatever you want to do, build new workflows. You will not break anything. And you working in collaboration with your partner, knowing, oh, we're doing this little bit of work around X, and now we're going to try this. This is really going to work incredibly well together. Let's try some configurations in this temporary instance, because guess what? If it works, and it should work, you can just go turn it on, because you are utilizing the most latest version of your production environment. And if you haven't been able to configure it right, you call Neil back up again and you say, hey, Neil, can you come back in and help us? We've done this, we've done A, B, C, D, E, still not working. What have we done wrong? Neil will have a look and say, actually, know what? Hang on. There's 2 more other things that you haven't done. Remember, I showed you A, B, C, D, E, F, etc., etc. It's really designed around how do you as a team, because a lot of our customers are not the big mighty giants that have 100 people and 10 partners with 50 people on. They're small, nimble technology teams. And what it is, it's designed to help you bring in pace and quality into your team. Sorry, not pace and speed and assurance into what you are doing, so that you can start turning on those capabilities that you, A, haven't had the time to do, B, not quite sure how they work. So actually, now let's bring in that pillar of impact to help you and the partner really get those capabilities turned on. Then we look at health and observability. We want customers to move away from reactive to proactive monitoring. So there are a number of tools in there: instance monitoring, which is called Instance Observer, Bravium Laboratories, which is coming in, health assessment dashboards, platform health recommendations. We want to be proactively protecting the health of the platform than reactive, which is the last pillar around premium support. We want to see the premium support start reducing, because we're building all of this proactive tools to help you stay ahead of the curve. 6,000 plus capabilities every single year. And that's not just coming in from the 2 releases, it's all the monthly store apps. And sometimes we do even more, we do double store app releases within a month. It is a lot of new functionality. Yes, it covers all of the products, but you're pretty much guaranteed that with the products that you have, there are a lot of new features and capabilities. What ServiceNow is saying is, we don't want to be seen as your SaaS vendor. We want to be seen as your strategic business transformation partner in collaboration with your partner. I'm going to stop there because we do have another poll, and I promised Hannes that I would only take 30 minutes, and I've managed to do this in 30 minutes, which is a first for me.
That was spot on. Thank you. So yes, Neil is right. We are going to have a poll before moving forward, and I just want to point you back to the statement that Neil had, that 6,000 new capabilities within the year, and we just want to get a view of what is preventing your organization or you from utilizing all of these new capabilities. And this is very, very interesting to us. So please take a couple of minutes to answer. All right, there seems to be something wrong because I'm not seeing any answers or any spread of answers. Give it a few more seconds. If not, then we will come back to the answers and the tally of the answers. But okay, let's move forward. Next up, you've heard from Neil that what is impact, and next I'm going to do the role of how does your AMS, your application management service partner, fit into impact? What is that role? And then in our question, of course, we are going to use the example of SmartAMS. As a bit of a repetition, we've had this in previous webinars as well, but what SmartAMS is, the big part of it is what we call our baseline services. The short of the suite is that it's basically keeping the lights on, keeping it safe, keeping it secure, keeping it agile, nimble, and upgraded so that it's very responsive and it fits the bill. So it is as you have ordered the license or purchased the license, it works as intended. And there's a lot of smaller tasks, smaller services that go into it. But in a nutshell, we just make sure that it is up and running on the latest versions and it runs well. That's the SmartAMS baseline services in a nutshell. But then going forward, where do we fit in, or where does a AMS partner fit in with impact? So if you heard Neil describing what ServiceNow Impact is, that is the middle column there. But what the AMS vendor then brings to the table is there on the right-hand side. So, for example, in value and adoption phase, what we believe as an AMS partner to a lot of our customers is that we will take the product adoption roadmap from ServiceNow, from the Impact service, and then drive it into fruition. We implement it with higher quality, we test it, and we make sure that the promise of that product adoption roadmap will actually come into fruition, into actual production use. On the expertise and guidance side, there is a collaboration model towards impact services, as you saw from Neil's slides. But what we want to do as a AMS partner is inject a trusted advisor who will then be more geared to your actual production instance with all of your integrations, all of the tacit knowledge, the silent knowledge, the local legislation knowledge, etc., so that he can act as a trusted advisor towards our customers. And basically conveying those actions or suggestions from the impact roadmaps into actual production functionalities. On the health and observation side, you saw that there is instance monitoring, there are dashboards, especially in the impact guided version. But what we've done is that we've integrated this on a monthly basis towards our governance model so that we look at the findings, we design the remediation actions, we plan the remediation execution, and then we track it, we implement it, put it into production, and then document it. So all on behalf of our customers. And then last but not least, the premium support, which was mentioned. As an AMS partner to our customers, we normally take a larger role in that sense that we also support several integrations. There might be several other solutions that fit into the ITSM or CSM or risk umbrella of your solutions. So what our SmartAMS team or an AMS team in general will then support and guide in all of these sub-solutions as well. So our view also is similar to Neil's, that it is not a competitive product. It's actually a fulfilling product so that when this trifecta works, it should bring more value to customers and it should get more functionalities implemented into production with a quicker pace. And yeah, we truly believe it is a better together story. So a customer, you will have your own responsibilities, defining the strategy of the platform, the architecture and the governance model that you govern the solution with. Our role, as described in the previous slide, is take that suggestion or consultancy from ServiceNow Impact team and then drive it into production fully, supporting the total landscape of your solutions. Very short, in a nutshell, kind of what a SmartAMS solution from us plus Impact would look like. And now there's a time for the next poll. So having explained Neil's point of view, my point of view, our services, the question is that, are you already set up like this? Are you aligned with your AMS partner, with your Impact team and your ServiceNow team, internal ServiceNow team? And where are you within that process? Have you started it? Or is it all good? It's all planned, it's in execution, it's all running nice and dandy. So where are you with this? So if you could take a few minutes to give your answer, and then we can move forward. I think we have the same bug as previously. I'm not seeing any spread of answers, but let's give it a few minutes. If we get those answers, we'll come back to those at the later stage. But good. So that was the bulk of our message. And we want to leave you with a few things to consider when embarking on this journey together with Impact and your AMS partner. So yeah, this is my view, and Neil, feel free to pitch in or disagree or agree with it. But I think from the get-go, it's very important to define what it is that you're trying to do, what's the value of Impact, what is the value of our AMS partner, and what are we driving together against or towards. So in our view, defining clear business outcomes is a mandatory must to begin with. Aligning and organizing within your internal team and your extended team, so that all of these pieces of the puzzle fit, and they then also slot into the governance model overall, so that it is repeatable. It's something that helps you forward, and you know what to expect. Number 3, the leverage the value realization framework. This is something that, I've been in the ServiceNow business quite some time, and there's a lot of customers who have purchased a license of ServiceNow, but are not leveraging it to the fullest. And I think, as a technical background person, I think that's the biggest benefit in my view of Impact Services, is that you actually get to see what you have implemented, what you have not, and where it is that you need to develop further. To me personally, I think that's one of the biggest benefits or biggest value points of Impact Services altogether. When planning for this road, engage the right stakeholders early. Of course, if you have a governance model implemented, it's kind of automatic, but there might be that we need to redesign the governance model in order to support this trifecta of help within your ServiceNow instance. And then integrate with your AMS team, your AMS partner, so that we get the daily operations working, and we get the value that is promised into actual fruition and into operations. I don't know, Neil, what do you say? What are we correct? Are we missing something?
No, I think you're 100% correct. And I can see some of the votes. I can see the polls there. When I look at lack of awareness of what is included in the license, that really starts talking about defining those business outcomes and aligning and then leveraging the value, because outcomes deliver value. I also see unclear business value or return of investment of additional capabilities. Again, that is all around what are the business outcomes that we are looking to do through this business transformation. How do we align and organize, and how do we leverage the framework so that we can ultimately start looking at that value, as well as engaging the right stakeholders and then leveraging the AMS teams. I think all of the answers in the polls are driving to, the rate of technology is only going to carry on that expedited curve. we've seen with all the SaaS organizations, I'm biased towards ServiceNow, yes, but I can say with ServiceNow, we probably have the fastest innovation rate compared to any of the other organizations, because we're not that big size that takes a long, that things take long to move, which is why we are, call it, igniting our partner network to be prepared for, we are going to continuously innovate, and together we can help you. I think the questions say a lot of the times is, and I felt like this, and it's been almost 7 years now. Please don't feel that you're on this journey alone.
Mm.
Between your partner, the cloud, and ServiceNow, and you, we are your strategic partnership. We're in this for the long haul. We're the shoulder that you need to lean on. We're the arm that you need to hold every now and then. And then we're also that guidance and advice that lets you move off ahead on your own speed, but you've always got us to fall back on and just say, I need that safety net, or I need you to push me and I need you to drive me a bit further because I can do more now. We are there for the long haul, and we're absolutely there to guide and advise you. So
Excellent.
completely agree with that.
Brilliant. So Neil, if you see the answers or the percentage spread of those, can you also read, because I don't see them, the latest poll? So are you already set up and aligned with your AMS partner?
72% said no.
Okay, that is interesting. So there's definitely still work to do for Neil and me and our companies in order to get this model and get the governance in place. Because I think Impact is here to stay. We are here to help our customers and trying to get to value, get to adoption more quicker. Good. All right. Having said that, it's time for our last poll. Would you like to know more outside of this webinar? We're always happy to discuss, happy to share our governance model, talk more about Impact, and talk more about our services. So please give it a vote. And having said that, I think we are at the end of our webinar. Let me just check the chat if there are any additional questions. No, there are not. So if you have any questions, now's the time to type those into the chat box, and we'll try and answer them as best we can. In the meanwhile, a few reminders of upcoming events from the cloud people. We have a breakfast seminar in Gothenburg on the 30th, so end of this month. It's fairly booked, so if you want to act fast, there still might be a place there, but the agentic AI is an extremely popular topic, so those type of events get sold out pretty quickly. On the 28th of next month, we're going to look at a Finnish customer, a Finnish managed service provider, and how they started their ServiceNow AI journey, and what the first mile or the first steps, what they have looked like, and how we are operating with them today. And then the world forums are coming. So there's a lot of world forums in Europe, in EMEA, coming up, and we are present in a lot of those. So if you see our logo, if you see Neil, or if you see me there, just come say hello, and let's have a coffee or something else after the event. All right, Neil, any closing words before we end the webinar?
No, just thank you for the time. And as Hannah says, please reach out to us. We're here to help. We want to help you get on that real business transformation journey, and it's just a discussion over a coffee or a refreshment or whenever. I will be at a lot of the world forums, so look forward to meeting everybody in person. And if you have any questions, please feel free to reach out to either one of us.
Thank you, Neil. With that said, I wish you all a very productive and nice end of the rest of the week. And thank you and take care.
Thanks, folks.